Alright, so last week you guys had returned to port, received your loot, on top of the loot you had received from ransacking the downing ship. You return, find some quests, do some biddings, get some merchants, bank some coin, and the missions you now have are yours to choose from. How would you like to proceed this evening?
All right. So, I think, yeah, reviewing, would you like to finish shopping or would you like to review the missions?
Review missions.
Okay.
Let's review the missions.
Hey, James. Well,
I know one was a dwarven maiden in distress.
okay.
I remember that.
I'll review them in the order we received them, okay? So, the first one. Bunch of miscellaneous jobs ferrying stuff from point A to point B. You know, foods, various other supplies.
Okay.
Pretty sure that was below what we wanted to do. We found ore for the dwarves. Yeah, that was also one of the jobs, ferrying stuff. We had 5 more particular missions. Some Siagra was his name. He was seeking escort for his daughter to a dwarven city. He was an elf, I think, for a diplomacy deal between the two nations, or at least cities, presumably races there. Number 2, a priest was seeking adventurers to recover a caravan of exotic goods. Number 3, Frida, an old adventurer, is seeking people to explore a new system. We also have a dwarf who is seeking a relic taken by orcs, and a merchant who wants to know the fate of his scholarly friend, and we know the last known location. So, what do y'all think?
Obviously, I think we should go start a war by breaking up planned marriage.
I'm not sure it's a planned marriage, but you might be right about that. That's probably that would be a diplomacy deal. I'm not going to rule that one out.
Congratulations for spoiling the plot. But yes, that Cleark would either choose that or finding the lost friend. Or at least finding out what happened to him.
Sorry, Yonovan, what'd you say?
Treasure hunt.
The treasure hunt. No second choices, just all chips in on treasure hunt?
No. That's my secondary. I like the escorting the to-be bride, the deal.
So both of you prefer the escort as your top priority.
I guess. I mean,
Well, it is also my top priority because
it's to stop a war, right? What Cleark would do.
Yeah, I think it pretty much is. The greatest good to the greatest number of people. And although I am torn about that merchant who wants to know the fate of his friend, I mean, he is a merchant. He ought to be able to hire someone to help.
I mean, we can always take that one at the same time, and when we come back, we tell him he's dead.
Hey, yeah, we could take more than one of these. So, if we take more than one of these, how many at a time do you want to take?
2. Not keep this complicated. Keeping it simple sounds about right.
2? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing Yonovan.
2 is my thought next.
Real question is, do we have enough information to know if any of these quests are taking place in around the same location? For efficiency purposes.
That's a great question.
That is awful.
Um,
History check and ask the DM.
we'll have to probably get with Emrakul to ask that question.
Yep.
So we kind of know what our first and second priorities are, and maybe we'll take both of them. Any further shopping? You mentioned a breastplate.
Breastplates are 400 gold, so I don't know whether he is willing to spend that much.
So,
No?
well, no. I was wondering why everyone had so much gold. I don't remember how much gold we started with. That's fine.
Well, most of us have between 500 and 600 because that's what we've accumulated recently. And if you don't quite have enough, we'll spot you because a breastplate's a pretty decent thing if you can equip it. I can't.
I believe, but I saw artificers with medium armor, so.
Yeah, I believe they are.
I don't remember 500-600 gold. I remember having 300 to 400, but everyone else had more than me, which led me to believe I didn't write everything down.
You also
Starting
spent some
number.
on replacing your gun, I believe.
Yeah,
Correct.
you had some pretty high expensive compared to the rest of us. Well, do you have a number? How much gold do you have?
Not while I'm driving.
Ah, that wasn't clear.
Well, that would
Okay,
explain why he's on mobile Discord.
okay, we'll handle that later. We'll spot you the money and buy you breastplate.
Excellent.
Proficiencies, light and medium armor for the artificer.
Awesome.
So that should raise your armor class by 2. Be slightly less squishy.
That would be ideal.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to seek a place to buy a breastplate?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a roll. It'll be fairly easy, since it's a mundane item, but it's always fun to see what you find.
I roll what?
20.
No, I mean,
Investigate.
okay. I shall roll.
I'll look. So I use my +4 investigation.
You're +4, you say?
Yeah.
Well, that would make it 12, which isn't great.
I'd assume DC would be somewhere around 5, considering we're in a major port city.
No,
Maybe 10.
Five would mean you wind up at somewhere like Jimmy's Curiosities.
Oh.
Not metagaming.
But in this case, he was able to find a basic equipment shop where it's not too far from the docks, and it's just a general equipment shop that it seems like a lot of the ships have people going to because it's close by, and you're able to find a decent breastplate for sale.
We'll acquire that for Yonovan, and I'm sure we can afford it. I'll handle that after he gets done. Anyone else need shopping?
Someone with charisma negotiate the price.
What's charisma? To look at my charisma score of 8.
Oh, I misunderstood. I'm not used to
So
negotiating
you have
prices.
You go up
Well,
to the counter to buy it, and you see there's just a box there with a sign above it says, "Put the item you wish to purchase in here."
Look around. Is there a breastplate?
There was a breastplate. I said you were able to find a breastplate.
Okay. Put the breastplate in the box. Is it kind of big for the box?
No, it actually seems to disappear into the box.
Huh.
And an amount shows up on the box. Where it was blank, it now says the amount of gold.
And out of which we can't haggle.
It's an automated system. Very interesting.
And the amount is?
400.
Yeah. We have
There you
that. Mostly probably in credit slips, I imagine, at this point.
Oh, I don't have credit slips. I'm still all in the bank.
Janovan, did you carry credit slips on you?
400 worth.
Did you
No,
carry...
No.
I believe you guys were carrying your script on you, however much you put into the bank.
Someone was carrying all but
So-
like 100 and 100 of the other. I've got 200 script.
This doesn't say what to put in there for value, it just says a value amount. You look to your side and you see you see one guy on your left buys a few weapons and he just drops in some paper script. The guy on the right you see drops in some gems. And the chest then pops out their item and they walk off. Or items.
Okay.
I've got 100 golden gems on me, but I would assume I gave the paper script to, what was his name? I wrote it down. I thought I wrote it down.
However much you spent, yeah.
Max the Luminous, yes. He took all 100 paper script that I had.
Yeah. But I think Janovan actually cashed out most of his script.
I didn't. Right, I have the slip that says how much I put in the bank, but I didn't keep it as paper script.
All right. Well, we go back to the bank and we get your script,
Fair enough.
and then we come back here and we pay for it.
Fair enough. We'll find out when I get home. I tell you.
Yeah. We'll find out what you owe me when you get home. Cookie wants to go look for some better spices and maybe some longer storing vegetables and such.
Okay, so you want to look for some vegetables?
Yeah, and better spices.
Okay. Let's see what you can get.
13.
Okay. You're able to find some in that general shop that you're at before. However, you hear someone talking about a shop next door that has a little bit more food goods that their captain is purchasing their food for the ship at.
Alright, I'll go over next door, see what they got.
So the shop that you guys were in is the Green Blade, and the one that you're now going to, John, is the Rampant Pilgrim.
Huh. That's cool.
I did give you a package.
Don John is such a wonderful place.
I have no idea what you're talking about, supposedly.
Rampant Pilgrim.
Cookie, before you buy anything, remember I did give you a package of fine spices worth 50 gold.
Yes.
Hey,
I have that. I mean, it is a ship. It's only going to last so long.
right. I'm just when you're allocating.
I like to think Cleoc is back at the ship playing with his luminous orb and seeing what all he can and can't do with it. Or what he expects it to do.
Well,
Touch it to the other orb.
Cookie, purchases, I don't know, probably 50 or 100 gold piece worth of fine spices from the shop, heads back to the ship.
It's all about the spices.
Let's say 100.
About the spice trade.
I'm referring to book.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Esther, go away.
He who controls the spice controls the...
Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
The spice must flow. Okay. James, or whatever your character is,
Talon.
Talon. So, do you need to do anything here? Do you have gear already procured and such?
Says he's done.
Okay.
Cleoc.
Yes, sir.
I thought you had gotten the... Did you get the orb or did you get the crystal? I thought you had got the little crystal gem.
I think I wrote it down as an orb, but crystal
Okay,
gem works
that's fine.
too.
Whichever one it was. He had enough different ones.
It was the cheaper one.
I said Max. I put in my character sheet. Max Luminous sold me a glowing orb, and I put it and I wrote it down as an orb of light. Floats, gives light with command word.
That works.
Or floats and gives light with command words.
That works.
Yeah. So, before you arrived, Talon, we voted on the missions. I'll give you a chance to vote too. We've got a mission by an elf who seeks to escort his daughter to a dwarven city for a diplomacy deal. Some of us think that maybe there's a marriage involved. We've got a priest who seeks adventurers to recover a caravan of exotic goods. We've got this Frida, an old adventurer seeking people to explore a new system. A dwarf seeking a relic taken by orcs. And lastly, a merchant who wants to know the fate of his friend, who's a scholar, at some last known location. Do you have a first and second choice? So you like them all. Okay. Well, both of us, you mentioned escort mission first, and we've mentioned that as well. So we're going to go. We're going to go talk with Emmerkol and see if he can tell us if any of these are co-located, and otherwise we're going to go for the escort mission and a secondary, try to pursue the fate of the friend.
Brilliant.
All right, so we go back to the ship and search up Emmerkol.
Give me just a moment.
Miracle's not on the ship because he's shopping.
No, I'd seen a few names were missing, so I'm trying to add the names.
Or he's in discussions with the dwarf that wanted to try and buy us.
No, actually, the dwarf was the one that he was doing a mission for. That was the suicide mission you did, and she was the diplomatic political
yes.
power that actually found a loophole in the flesh dealer's deal that allowed him to not sell
I
you
see.
off to them. Emrakul's not... He's a captain of a ship, but he's not as powerful as, a whole guild. So he had to be careful with his dealing, which is why he went through her to get her help on that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you guys speak with Emrakul. He says that the Elven conclaves tend to often appreciate higher-end foodstuffs. So if you want to purchase some of those, you could try to sell them off there for more. The dwarves are often looking for ores, so if it's a dwarven citadel or fortress or anything, they probably are willing to buy some ores. As for the actual locations of these things, he would have to review the whole contract and reference the star maps to kind of see where they're located at.
We asked him to do so. I think we brought the...
Well, it just means it's going to
relevant
take him some time.
Yeah.
So you guys can do a few things while he's working on that.
I think what he mentioned, though, specifically elves and dwarves, I'm talking to the team here, we noticed transfer of foodstuffs and ore. If
Right.
we cash in on those, we can, drop them off while we're already there.
That's why he mentioned that, because you said the first job was one you're interested in to him. And so he mentioned that those are things that are wanted by those two groups, since that's what you were asking about.
So I think we should go and pursue those jobs while he's doing the other research. So Cookie goes on back to wherever the notice board was for the ore and the foodstuffs, and I presume we've got to coordinate pickup and delivery details.
And not eat them
And what?
and do not eat them accidentally.
Yes. The ore or the foodstuff? Just checking.
Sure.
Yeah,
Either
we use the
or.
ore. Either. Oh, that's good. I'm assuming we just have a busy DM right now because I'm waiting for him.
What were you saying? Sorry, I was trying to get all the stuff calculated.
Right.
You were looking for...
Cookie, while Emrakul is busy, will go and pursue acquiring the foodstuff contract and the ore contract. And since we're reasonably confident of our first choice, the escort contract.
Okay.
and make sure we have enough hold space for what we need to transfer.
Would that make us less maneuverable in a fight?
Can't make that big of a difference. We might be running a little low on the water, so to speak, but I don't know how these Spelljammer ships work.
Might be worth an inquiry with the captain, given we've been in fights before.
Okay, so you pick up the contract for escorting the elven lass. Her name is, you find out, is Nelisser. You are to pick her up in Elanon and deliver her to Arzad, which is a dwarven citadel.
Have those names in writing?
Yep. Let's see here. And the foodstuffs and ore are things that you can acquire. You can basically invest as much you see fit, and then when you get there, you'll roll to see how much you acquire for it. It's basically kind of like open contracts.
Okay, I see. So, guys, does anyone want to invest on this opportunity
I would like to put all of my gold in.
that's already spent?
Yep.
Okay, I hear you. Talon?
And how adventurous are we feeling? Can we take out a note from the bank?
Well, yes.
We are adventurous.
We are adventurous.
You want to become debtors down.
Alright. I take the money from Talon and the rest of my funds, which I'm assuming I spent 100 on the foodstuffs. I spent 100 on your breastplate, Yonovan. And 300 goes to this. 100 from Talon. That I guess Ryo's just keeping, to Ryu. A shame. And what about you, sir?
As
Mr.
in
Cleon?
Cleon? Cleon doesn't know much about business venture play.
Well, you see, we take a risk at spending our money here and making more money later, which I mean is kind of what we do with our lives. But this is kind of just extra. Of course, it could all go bad.
So
but,
what's the risk and what's the reward?
Well, the captain seems to think that we can make a profit by spending money here and selling it over there.
He technically
So-
said it's an open contract where you can try that these are things that they like to acquire.
I know.
It depends on what rate you get at both locations.
The risk really is, market demands. This food stuff could spoil. That's a pretty big risk. So I would kind of diversify, maybe half ore, half food, because who knows what the market's like in either place we will be going to. And so, I don't know what the chance is. I don't have any particular need to keep money in the bank, so I'm cashing it all in on this. Looks like Yanovan cashed out on that blingy breastplate of his.
All right, I'll let the dice decide how much I invest.
Okay.
That's a fair way to gamble.
It's meta gambling.
100 gold pieces, 50 to each.
100 from, okay.
Hi, Daisy.
So, altogether, now, who wants to attempt a purchase? I guess I have the best charisma attempt at bargaining. So I guess we go to buy foodstuffs and ore. What would we call that? Just a charisma check? Well, anyway.
Just a moment, we'll do that.
Okay.
I'm trying to find one other thing here. Well, there was a random locations one that had shops, and I'm trying to see if I can find that. So you're going to do that, Cookie. You're going to go look to invest the money. Is anyone else doing anything?
Nope. Cleoc is not.
Would foodstuffs would alcohol be considered foodstuffs?
Potentially.
Yes.
Because I think Ryu is going to invest the entirety of her money in alcohol for trade and drinking.
Okay. So you want to invest in how much would you like to purchase in what we'll consider foodstuffs for the elves?
Sorry, can you say that again? I'm actually driving home from dinner, so I don't have the character sheet right in front of me.
Okay. So you don't know how much gold you have?
No, but I'm going to say all of it.
All of it. Okay.
All of it, all of it.
All right, so I will need to know how much you spent on each.
Okay. It's a little bit contingent about Rio.
Yes, I know that.
I'm going to make an educated guess and go with it, okay? Rio, you're going to spend 400. I think you have 400, and I don't think you have much more than that. So, that leaves 650 in foodstuff and 250 in ore that we're attempting to purchase.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check. And see what kind of aspect you get.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
That is a... What's a diplomacy check?
Persuasion. Just dealing with someone politely.
Okay, that's an 18.
Not bad. Not bad.
$18? Okay.
Yeah. Did they counter with a 19 on the die? Oh well, I don't know
Yeah, sorry.
that. At least I did an 18 then. We'd be
Yeah,
gapping.
I marked down what you got it for. It was basically going to be a modifier that could go up or down from there.
Sure. Okay.
So I have basically the percent raw value, And you actually got them for a decent rate galactically, but you don't know what that rate is, so
Yeah.
you paid a fair price.
Okay.
And so when we get there, remind me and we will offload it and we'll see what you get it for.
Okay. So, we go and pursue the contract for the escort. You gave me those names, but I haven't written them down because I need the text for it.
Actually, you don't, because you haven't got back to Emrakul yet.
Okay.
So you guys get back to Emrakul and says, he's like, welcome back. I have trotted out the distance, and I did so from port here, because I didn't know if you wanted it from each other or what, but for the round trip one, I calculated that, and then back to the port. So everything is to and from the port.
Okay.
So it is 4 weeks to Elion, which is where the Elven Girl is supposed to be picked up as far as we've been told. And then 7 weeks to Arzad, which is where we're supposed to drop her off, and then 4 weeks back here to port.
Hey guys, I don't know that we can really justify taking a second one if it's going to take us 2 whole months at a minimum to complete this diplomacy deal.
That's fine.
I kind of hate to take up this other guy and say, well, let's do this thing, and not even start it for 2 months.
It's gonna be fair. He could still be alive and he's dead when we find him.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get someone who will actually get on the job.
As
I'd
you
agree with
know,
that.
a lot of the contracts aren't for one person only. It's for whoever actually turns in the quest. So a lot of people can actually pick them up.
So whoever finishes it first gets paid.
Is there any way to know if a quest is deactivated,
Yeah.
so to
You
speak?
come back in and find out that it's no longer posted.
Ah, they've got long distance money verification techniques. Why not like
You'd
quest
have
board
to have
verification?
someone. You'd have to have someone you could contact to look at it.
Huh.
So you'd have to get a contact in town that is willing and able to communicate with you.
Huh.
Which is why you see a lot of them are working through brokers, not doing it just themselves.
Okay. That makes sense. So they probably want a cut of it, though.
Mm-hmm. Which is why you couldn't do it on your first time. And you're noobs at it, so you didn't really notice.
I don't know that we can really afford a cut of it yet. What do you think, guys? Do you want to try and pursue someone who can help us out here, or just go for the one quest and come back and look around?
I think we should see how much of a cut they want before making that decision.
Depending on the person you get, anywhere from 10 to 25%.
Just be typing.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that we should just go for the one quest.
Alternatively, you can always try to make friends with someone who stays in town and see if they're willing to do it for you. But then you're calling in favors basically to get it done. So you might be needing to return a favor.
I've been in the favors business before. I do not recommend it.
Cleoc's not business savvy, so he's for not doing it through a broker.
Okay,
At least for right now.
I think we have a rough consensus that we're going to just take the first contract and not the others.
That's fine.
We have apathetic consensus.
Yes, we do. What do you think, Donovan? You want to go and try to get a contact, or what do you want?
I mean,
Lead on.
we haven't exactly been making piles of money yet.
Right, that's my concern too.
This one might,
Efficient.
right? This one might make a good bit of money. In which case, 25% would be a lot.
Well, we are already. If things go well, we can double down on our investment, and make this a pretty profitable journey.
Yeah. I think we should try and find a contact.
All right, after you.
Yeah. So, Nate, were you saying that the fee, if all the contract basically does is look at the jobs board and then notify us, like through magical means? Is that what you're talking about, or what other stuff do they do?
That's what you know that they're willing to do. It depends on what you negotiate.
Because I was thinking it would be convenient if we could take a quest and when we get to one of the planets, we say, okay, we've finished this part of the quest. What's a nearby quest, or we're going back to port.
Indeed.
And if they only get a cut out of the ones we complete, we're not doing useless things.
Well, gentlemen, what would you like to do?
What if they ask for a retaining fee? We don't have that anymore. Let's think about it and plan maybe that for next time. But let's go with this first mission.
All right.
Alrighty. Stow your luggage if all's ready, and you can set sail. Without the sail, since there's no sails. But hey, that's okay. Alright, so, you guys board back on?
I do.
And off, you're ready to go. You present your findings to Emrakul that you choose to do the escort mission. And so off you go. So, anything particular you'd like to do on the trip for 4 weeks?
Cleoc approaches Jonathan.
What do you want, Bird?
I want to know a little bit more about your curse.
I get shifty. What do you mean?
Just curious about how you acquired it.
If I knew how I acquired it, I wouldn't have it.
Oh, so no guesses?
I mean, I've dealt with a lot of unsavory characters.
Say it ain't so.
I mean, I built, arms and stuff. I made high quality stuff, but I imagine someone still managed to not be happy with the goods.
Cleoc doesn't say this out loud, but based on his maybe he's thinking that all the misses are due to his thunder cannon not being well made at this point.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be one of my customers. Maybe it was someone that got hurt by the people I sold stuff to. I mean, I did plenty of selling to the military.
I see.
Never know when a when a gypsy doesn't like you, when they get evicted from their area.
Oh, okay then. I've had that's enough questions. I wouldn't want to evoke it or anything like.
When he says that, I kind of look around.
It's been sitting on the desk glaring at you, licking its chops.
I slide behind Cleoc and put him between me and it.
Do I see the cat?
Yeah, you see this cat, looks like a normal house cat, just laying on the desk, looking hungrily at Yanaven, licking its chops.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm coming around on you, Yonovan. So,
Whoa.
so if I find a, so I would be willing to help you cleanse your curse if you, of course, find a way to do so, or have any ideas.
I mean, I think we have more pressing matters right now, but certainly,
More pressing matters than randomly summoning a cat?
I mean, doesn't
Yeah, we do.
doesn't hurt
You're
that bad.
But who knows? Have you ever tried to make friends with it?
Yes.
I walk over to the desk and try and pet the cat.
Roll
This'll be
animal
good.
handling.
Oh God!
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, what is my animal handling? My wisdom's
It's a raw
actually.
wisdom score.
Oh, my wisdom's actually half decent.
Not one.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
21.
It just curls up and rubs against you and acts like, it's okay with you. It's friendly. It likes you.
And I scratch it behind the ears and such. And it doesn't seem so bad.
You accidentally step out of the way a little bit and it sees Yanaven and immediately its hair goes up and it's like, meow.
No, it's okay. It's okay. He's not gonna. I know his gun's loud, but they're gonna be fine.
Well, stop following me.
But I can't stay down here all night, so I'll give the cat a couple of last pats, and then anyway, if you have, let me know if you need any help with it. And I go out the door.
Yanaven, roll a dex.
That's a straight roll. Here. My dice that sits on my desk is wandered off. Would someone roll for me? It's just a straight D20.
Yeah. Rolling.
No modifier?
Nope. I have no dex bonus.
I don't know if that was actually a roll.
I pressed R, and so
'Cause-
it rolls.
Because it looked like you just picked it up and put it back down, and it just rolled like
See?
one number. That looked like a roll to me. Maybe I just first time.
You're right. It didn't look so much like a roll before, so I don't know.
So I hit it a couple times.
Well, 13's the number it comes up here.
You take 5 damage as it charges past you and slashes you.
I'm assuming I heard some sort of like crash or something, or backing.
Well, you hear Yonovan scream.
Don't encourage it!
Screaming.
And I open the door back up and say, "Oh, you all right?" And see a big gash across his cheek.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
you see Yonovan on the floor, and he has a slash right through his chest, like bleeding.
breastplates don't help with dex saves.
Off you go. Anything else you guys want to do on your trip?
Don't worry, Yonovan. I'll ask if Cookie can fix up some cat food or something. And I close the door. Leave.
You poison it?
No,
Yonovan,
I mean, Cookie's back too.
there's a mirror in the workshop, and you see the cat staring at you from inside it. Just giving you the stink eye.
Wow.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Hey, I know a thing or two about feral cats. You can ask Cookie.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well, you could always try that approach. You live long.
You can leave it up there, I guess, for now. It sounds better. Alright, so anything else you guys want to do on your 4-week journey?
Besides the standard training and practicing.
Yeah. Just want everyone to list everything they want to do.
No, I'm good. I just want to keep cooking food and maybe one of these
Cleoc,
days I'll find a safe place to use this crazy magic.
makes another target dummy to replace the one that got destroyed last week.
Okay.
And then starts firing arrows into it to practice.
Talon, there's a slight problem with trying to work on trying to tame animals, is that there are none?
Did you bring any animals on board? Or purchase any on the docks?
I mean, there was once a ranger who wanted to have a mule named Horse, but he kind of has, been indisposed for a while. That was the only other animal on the ship. I mean, there's Yonovin's cat, but that's not reliable.
Pretty sure if you want, you could, like, have bought a crazy cat or dog or something.
Not now, you'd have to do it next.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend trying to do animal taming work on the cat. It probably won't work out too well.
I mean, it's reliable, but not the good kind of reliable.
Yonovan, now that
Yeah.
you're home, what's your gold count like?
That works.
Did hear you. I'm locating it.
Okay.
I go over to the Talon and say that Yonovan got a nasty cut in his workshop, so you may want to go check it out.
As Rio's one of the few ladies on the ship, a few of the Newer sailors decide they should start flirting with her.
She flirts back.
Huh.
Oh, come now. You can do better than that.
I could, but I'd have to think about that. You'd at least have to give me a little bit more detail on the newer sailors before I could do more detailed.
When you guys were at port, usually a few of the sailors cycle out, and well,
Right.
there's two new human people they seem like they're 18 to 20, so fairly young. And seeing as you're the only female on the ship, they think that you might be a viable option to consider.
Such strong young men. Are they wearing shirts?
Most of the time, it seems to be unhealthy not to. You seem to get damage inflicting upon you by the captain because he rathers not see it.
She's gonna stroke one of their abs for a bit.
Sometimes Gari just goes ahead and gives you a pat on the back, so to speak, if you choose not to.
Even if Rio doesn't wear a shirt?
Yes, because Gari's not particularly interested. You're not.
Oh, fuck.
He's a huge gorilla humanoid. Don't think a little elvinish lady's gonna do anything for him. All right. And
So
if that's all,
Cookie's pondering, who runs the ship? I mean, I know that the navigator is the captain. Huh. But I know what everybody eats. Can't dash someone on the ship that I don't know.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Leok has not discussed conversation with the captain from last session on
I
this subject.
thought you did.
Did I?
Yes, because it was on the way to port from the bandage, the pirate ship, the undead pirates.
I discussed it. I discussed it with the captain. I didn't
Yes.
necessarily
John
discuss
the
it with
person's
anyone
Not
else.
with anyone else, no.
But maybe Cookie the character isn't.
No.
I think you're
Cleok
right.
discussed it with the captain, but he didn't tell anyone else.
Okay. Well, Cookie's spend some time getting to his fellow shipmate.
It looks like Talon was saying he's going to go ahead and heal Yonovan as well. Grab some scraps and head to Yonovan to heal him up. Oh, Cookie, roll a perception check. This is retroactive due to some of your recent questions.
There we go. That's a 13.
You've noticed that the captain and Gari seem to be well versed in each other's plans and tactics, but they don't seem to often necessarily call very long meetings or be in long meetings. And that's as far as you get with that perception.
Interesting.
All right. So, after a few weeks, being 4, you guys start coming out to the location you need to be. Give me a moment here, pull up this info.
I will be right back.
All right. Let me pull this out. I want each of those dice left in their position, and I want each of them, the d6s, rolled once while I'm away. I'm going to go grab the dog's food, and I will be right back. What you're rolling is to determine what kind of fun, exciting things happen.
Roll once.
Roll each of the d6s once.
I think they're colored, so our color is supposed to roll them.
Any color can roll them. They just each need to be rolled once. It's just that's the colors they were, so I could have them separate.
Okay, so someone's rolled them. That's good. You got an entire stash.
Right, but outside of that stash, we also had gotten coin previously. So it wasn't part of it. I know there was one division of goods was like 59 gold. And there's another that was 100, 130. I don't remember.
Okay, yes. The first time I handed out 59.
Right.
Uh,
All right, so miraculously uneventful, you transport into the sphere. You
okay.
come upon this giant tree in the middle of the sphere that's just growing in the middle of outer space.
Huh.
The roots don't seem to be wrapped around anything necessarily. And it just seems to
That's
kind of like go
weird.
on forever. However, in the boughs of the tree, on all the branches, you see tons and tons of moving creatures moving through the branches.
Oh, lovely.
You can only tell that because you see some sort of movement this far off. Even with a telescope, this is all you see is just these tiny little dots moving all over. As you all get closer, you see other objects approaching you at rapid speed.
This seems familiar, but I'm not quite sure why.
You see 4 ships about the size of yours pull up in front of you.
Oh, this is not good.
However, they're much more elegantly built than the one you currently possess.
Ah. Well,
Aren't we supposed to be
build
picking someone
elegant
up here?
things. Yes, that is our goal. Presumably we get to talk to someone. Maybe the captain's already doing it. Head on up. Are we, if we're observing this, are we on deck or something? seeing this?
I would assume that when you heard the commotion of going through the sphere and coming
Yeah.
into the area, you guys would have gone up on deck. Since you guys said that's what you would do last time.
Mhm.
So, yes, up on deck.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Were you able to hear what was said?
Nope.
Okay. So you guys got to the sphere, and 4 ships the size of yours or larger pull up in front of you. They just seem a little bit more elegantly crafted than yours.
Okay. Although I'm a little concerned. But Captain hasn't called battle stations yet, so he's just curiously watching.
Yeah, he does seem a little uncomfortable.
4-1 is not good odds.
You see an elf on the front of each ship, eyeing you. And one of them calls out, "Oi there, what are you all doing here?"
I call back. See, Nate, this is where I need those names written down.
I messaged them. You have them written down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, we are we picked up a contract to see Siagra to escort his daughter, Nalasar?
Oh, you humans and how you enunciate names. Very well, you may enter.
Can you direct us, please?
He points and you see a beacon, like a big arrow pointing. He's like, "Dock there."
Thank you. Hey guys, doctor.
Now I can only
Sir?
imagine. I can only imagine I'm playing MMO and seeing the little quest icon. Being some guy at the port having a question mark over his head or something.
It's all possible. All right. So you guys, Emrakul pulls in. You guys hop off, and you're greeted by this elderly elf on the dock. Welcome. I
We
already
was
told you guys would be coming. What are you looking for?
We are looking for Siagra.
Sahura?
And his daughter, Nalasar.
Ah. I see. Yeah, she's not been here a while. He's not been here a really long time.
They left a contract to escort her to a
He may
dwarven
have.
city.
He left a while ago. She's been here until like a week ago.
Huh. Did she leave to
She may have gone to one of the branching cities, or she may have left. I don't know. I just know she hasn't been in this area for a while. She used to be.
does she have a home, a place we could call and maybe...
Yeah, she's like 3 blocks from where I live. She hadn't been there for like a week.
Do you have a way to contact her?
Nope.
Does she have any other family in town?
No, not that I know of. Her father was some sort of diplomat dude somewhere or other. Stinkland or something, and yeah, he's been gone a while.
Thank you. Let me talk to my friends.
Aye. Have fun.
Guys?
We should swing by the house. See if there's any workers there.
You look rather perplexed.
Well, either we're a week too late, or she went somewhere else, or she's been kidnapped. She's not here. The daddy left a long time ago, and she's been here, I guess, presumably waiting for pickup for until a week ago.
Can you clarify something on the jobs, Nate?
Possible.
The escort job says, that Siago was the escort for daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that he was the one who actually left it in the port?
He was actually the one that had the contract at the port that you guys picked up. His name is signed on it.
But this could have been done through a broker or something. That doesn't mean he was physically there to do it.
Potentially. You guys didn't seem to be interested in seeking out if he was actually in port or not.
Okay.
Was this another first come, first serve, or was this an exclusive job?
There are no exclusive jobs in the universe like this, because you never know if someone's ship is going to get destroyed by pirates or greenskins or not. So, don't stick all your apples in one hat, or the worms would eat them all.
All right.
Right.
Um,
How about we talk to the captain and ask his advice?
I would
This
vote we
probably
swing by
happens
the
very
house
often.
first.
yeah, let's go, be led to her house. I agree. I guess you guys come with me?
Rio will stay on the ship.
I'll
What
go
are you
with you.
saying? All right, let's go back to that nice elven lady who talked to us.
Talon says go to the house and remember the merchandise.
Yes, actually, I think you're right. We need to try to find a market for these goods. So where we're at right now, I guess we need to look around for a market. Maybe the elven lady could point us in the right direction too. What do you guys think? Which first, selling it or trying to look at the house? Kind of either way.
Oh, since we're close to the old lady, we can ask her where
Yeah. Presumably we're still
where she
close.
lives, and then also where the market is, and then if they're both in the same district or on the way, we can decide from there.
All right. So go back.
Give her a silver piece or something for showing us where the house is.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I think she's just a neighbor.
So just ask nicely.
Yeah. Try to go back and see if we can find the lady I talked to.
Well, the old elf man is still there on the dock. He seems to be the one.
Oh, it was
who
a man,
is,
sorry.
Dictating what goes where. A lot of the others keep coming up to him when ships or people are unloading things, and he keeps pointing off where they go and what to do.
Are you implying that all elves look like women?
Who? Cookie?
No comment.
Yeah.
I go back to the man. We happen to have some foodstuffs we purchased from a long way off because we heard
You're a
that they
dumper.
were.
Yeah, over there. There's a guy who buys stuff right up there on Thirst Branch.
Okay, thank you. Would you be able to take us by Nilasa's house?
Nope, can't
Um,
leave. I'm at work.
hmm. Can you give us directions, please?
Possibly. How's your Elven?
How's my what?
Elven.
I speak in
1 second.
Elvish good enough.
He does.
Okay, well, you might be able to navigate then. How are you at following directions on navigation?
Well, let me open up Notepad, because that's a thing.
Gallifrey.
Thought about that, Colin.
In character, technically quite well, because his background is an Outlander, and that is you have an excellent memory for maps and geography.
Yeah, that's maps and geography. This
And you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Yeah, that's not in a city. That's the opposite of in a city, actually.
Fair
Fair enough.
He's like, Gallifrey there on the end of the dock there is, he will only do little odd jobs. He could probably bring you to our house and show you around town.
Oh,
Just pay him a
thank
little
you.
bit of money, he'll be happy. He's not, quite to working age yet.
Ah,
Clear's slightly insulted now, but doesn't say anything.
all right. Let's try to sell these goods, guys. We'll go grab the goods from the ship and, well, I guess we need to talk to the guy first, probably before we grab the goods. Yeah. We go off to where the guy we were pointed to by the dockmaster. And
Okay.
and excuse me, we've brought some goods to sell. We were told you were the man to talk to.
Indeed. What is it you have brought?
We've got these foodstuffs. Describe what we have purchased, and we can get it from the ship if you'd like to see it.
Please, it's always important to
Okay.
value what you're acquiring based on the actual quality of the goods.
Yes, we'll be back momentarily. And we are.
Sample my
Okay.
goods.
Roll your diplomacy. Or whichever other means of attempting to barter you'd like to do.
Intimidation.
If you fail that one, you're likely to just get booted out. But go for it.
I have nothing to sell.
No. That's a 13.
Well, you beat his. All right. Roll an investigation.
Okay.
I want to help. I want to help. Don't need to.
17.
Nice.
He's offering you $5.85 for the foodstuffs you've brought.
Ouch.
He sees you don't look too interested. He's like, well, if you don't want to sell it, you can keep it, or you can try one of the places further down the tree. They tend to be less willing to deal with outsiders. But, hey, you can always take your luck if you'd like.
Mm,
We paid, what, 600 something for the foodstuffs?
we did. But foodstuffs spoil.
The diplomacy you did got you a boost, but the roll on the current demand got you less, so you wound up with having a 10% loss.
Yeah. We
You can
accept
sell-
his.
You
we
can
accept-
sell the food and keep the booze too. Booze don't go bad.
I was gonna say, you better not sell my alcohol at a loss. I'm gonna drink a loss.
Sell the perishables.
Would he take a partial? Is it all or nothing for this guy or
It's
not?
usually all or nothing, but he may be willing to. You could try to convince him to take a partial.
Guys,
You look to the side and you see that it looks like another ship had just come with food, and you see they're stockpiling it in the corner.
we need to sell this, or I mean,
It's up to y'all.
there's someone else here.
Your brother's asking for a D20 plus 4 roll.
He wants to roll. Okay. You got a
Mm.
19, sir. What are you persuading?
What is it you're attempting, Talon?
To get 10% more.
So you're trying to renegotiate terms?
I don't. Well, if you really want to, I don't know. I don't think this
It's
guy's.
unlikely we'd be able to renegotiate terms other than being able to keep the alcohol. So maybe be able to keep the alcohol.
Talon?
I would vote to sell the food, keep the alcohol.
Okay, and what percent was alcohol? Do you know, John?
Yeah, I do. Um, we bought 250 regular food stuff and 400 alcohol.
Okay. With Talon assisting, he's willing to give you $225 for just the food.
Okay. Well, we appreciate his offer and take it.
Cool.
Ryu, you'll have to keep track of your alcohol, or we'll keep track of it, but we'll try to sell it to the dwarves. That'd be fine.
Hopefully. Okay.
Okay. What would you like to do from here?
Go over to the young individual we were pointed out and ask him to take us to
Okay.
the
So
house.
he's sitting on a barrel. He's like, sure. What's it worth to you?
Well, what did we get? We got gold coinage from the
Yeah.
place we're at.
You got Elven Dominion currency. Gold coins.
Toss him a gold coin.
It's like, sure. This way. 30 minutes later, he finally starts turning up another small branch. You guys notice this whole city, or cities, plural, is all built into a giant tree. So you go down one branch, and then you go up another branch, and you downswing around another branch, and then over to the other branch, and finally up on this one branch, you see he turns up to one branch where there's just one house. He's like, that's your place.
Thank you.
Cleoc, does it make a little more sense why he was concerned about your ability to find your way around when you haven't been?
No, I'm still a little annoyed.
Okay, you basically actually went in a few loops that you couldn't have otherwise avoided because there's one little piece of disjunction between the spots.
I see.
So you basically like looped around a number of times just to get where you guys are going. So it's a very precise route to get there.
Okay.
Take one wrong turn, you get lost.
Well, this place would be easy to defend. No one could find anything. Huh.
So Cleonk is disinclined to believe that someone beat them to this job.
Because it's hard to get to. And it'd be very hard to kidnap someone in a place that's this hard to get to. Unless they had a lot of insider information.
More because,
Yeah?
why would they have been... The reason why we were let in is because we were specifically inquiring about this job. So if this job had already been taken by someone else, then wouldn't they have told us?
Maybe, but maybe the people, who guard the docks don't really care about quests and stuff.
They seemed rather, at least his reaction to me seemed that they knew what we were talking about,
Okay.
or who we were talking about. And I'd like to think that elves aren't jerks here, and
Yeah, they seem pretty decent, honestly, and let us enter their city and stuff after we pass cursory inspection.
anyway, let's go up to the house.
Yeah, knock on the door, or is it stuff? Oh crap, never thought about it.
No response.
Is the door shut? Locked?
You gonna jiggle the handle and try to open it?
Yeah.
It's locked. You hear someone behind you. Hey! What are you doing with her door?
Do you know where Nelasser is?
She left.
she left?
She had a bag one day. What was it? A week ago now, I think? Maybe 2? I don't know. And
The man at port mentioned that.
she just headed on down the tree.
She was avoiding the marriage.
I don't know. We were sent here to
Escort her.
escort her to a dwarven city for a diplomacy thing.
Oh. Did her dad finally get a place for her set up in that sticky hole in the mountain?
Apparently, yes.
But if she's gone, we really don't know what to do. We'd like to talk to her.
Well, guess you'd probably need to find her if you want to talk to her.
Where would she have gone?
Dunno. I know she headed down the tree. I'm not sure where to. You know,
Does she have any friends in town?
Alon is a pretty big place. There's, what, a good dozen cities here.
We've noticed.
The man at dock said she didn't have any family in town.
No, their family line has moved on. Her father was the last of his line here, and when her mother died, he took that diplomacy gig with the groundlings and decided to, not even groundlings, undergroundlings, and decided that he'd go work with them so that we could get some better armaments for the ships against the Green Conclave.
Well, guys, any idea other than search the city? I mean, she's obviously left somewhere on a journey. And all we could do is follow her footsteps and ask where she went or something. Did she tell you where she's going or anything, sir?
No.
Neighbor?
I know she talked to some of the kids down the street on her way down the branch.
Oh.
So, I mean, she may have told one of them where she was going, or they might have some idea what she was doing, but she kind of stuck to herself after her mom died.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.
Then again, she didn't seem too happy being with a bunch of, short, smelly, bearded guys either.
Maybe you're right. Maybe she did want to skip out on an arranged marriage.
Arranged? What the?
No? Oh. Sorry. They had a theory that maybe there was going to be a marriage or something.
That's enough, Cookie. That's enough.
What kind of stuff you been doing?
Hey, I don't
doing
judge.
some of that dwarven shroom booze or something? I hear that stuff makes you go wonky, crazy, cross-eyed, and all sorts of weird
Our
stuff.
apologies, sir. He's obviously from off sphere. That he's a little still confused about the customs.
You as well, Birdman.
I don't deny it.
Hadn't seen one of your kind here in forever that I know of. And I should know, I've been here 765 years, last 2 months ago now.
Forever is a long time. I'm also impressed that you're keeping track of that long.
You don't keep track of your birthday?
Oh, I do. 21 more years and I'm dead.
Wow. That's sad.
Well, I got something to look forward to.
That's younger than the guy that brought you up here.
Most likely, yes. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't speak about... Never mind. I'm just going on. Thank you for your time, sir.
Cleoc, you see his face is just like this really deep, perplexed, like pondering, like, how could someone have such a... It doesn't make sense. I thought humans were short-lived. But it's weird. Like, he just has this really puzzled look on his face.
Now, technically, I might end up being older than average age when he dies of old. If Cleok dies of old age, but yeah, the average lifespan of
Yeah.
Eric Hawker is 30 years.
Which, to an elf who lives much, 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 much more than that, human lifespan is dwindling nothing, and that's, 100
Yes.
years. And so the fact that yours is less than that, like, you're like half of a human, and humans don't live at all. What does your life have to be like? So he's just really, he's having a hard time even trying to comprehend it. And so he's just like lost now, trying to comprehend what you just told him.
We've tried to take advantage of each moment.
I would guess so. I guess good luck with that. Sorry, I'm not sure what to say on that. That's just
I have my new dreams. I will do my best to see them fulfilled.
Alright, let's go see if we can find those kids.
Well, that happened to do it.
She may or may not ever return to this house, but I don't think that it would be great to bust her door down.
Especially with witnesses.
You don't say. Yeah, we will probably not be very friends of the elves after that.
Roll an investigation.
Okay. $15.
Sorry about that. The door is open with the dog, so I didn't want to talk and wake the kid up. All right, how much did you say? 15?
Yes.
Okay. You go down the street a ways and you see actual children elves. Like,
They're still probably older than I am, but
they actually don't look the size of a human yet, so they're still technically children, and actually are the size of children, which is something that most people don't see very often. And there's a good crowd of, like, 5 of them there. You see they're all laughing and playing and running around.
Walk up to them.
They see you all coming after a bit, and, like, they all freeze. And are staring at you all like you're an abomination or something, just like, what is these things?
Hey,
What do they want? Are they gonna eat us?
do any of you know Nelesser? She came by here a week ago. Maybe we're trying to find her. We were sent by her father to escort her somewhere, and she's nowhere around here.
One little girl's like, we don't know you, silly man. And the other's like, shh, don't talk to him. We don't know him.
Silly? Do I not understand?
They're all standing there quietly. And one of them is like keeping the other girl quiet who just said something to you.
Persuasion check. 19. Hey, you can tell me what's wrong?
We're not supposed to talk to outsiders. You're dangerous.
I step forward. How about we play a game then?
We like games. You're a weird bird man. What are
I'm
you?
sure I am. I'm sure I am a weird bird man. But let's play a game. Let's play a game of tag.
Cleok, roll a persuasion. It's basically to see how relaxed you're being with them, if they find you intimidating at all or not.
So this is like reverse intimidation, but persuasion's like
Persuasion
I have a
sense than...
We have an elf in the party. We could use her to get the trust of the children. But she's on the ship.
Ooh, there you go. Nice.
That's an 18.
Cookie, you see they start prodding Cleok. Not hard, just like examining him like they've never seen a bird creature before.
I whisper to them, "You can keep some of his feathers."
At that, they all scream and jump away. Ah, stinky dwarf, stinky dwarf, stinky dwarf! Ah!
You're not helping.
Dwarf?
I need
Racist.
Yonovan to roll a dex save.
Oh no.
And it's not going to be the cat. Probably not.
10.
You take 2 damage as a cat comes whirling out of nowhere and mauls you and jumps off and it's like hissing at you. And the kids like all stand there. Huh? Yonovan, right before that you heard Talon say, "Sorry, Yonovan." Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh.
So I'll tell you what, kids. Let's play a little game. Let's play a game of tag. And I'm in. But if I can, let's play a game of freeze tag. Do you know what that game is?
Yeah, it's where you use freeze ray on people and make them so they can't move.
Perfect.
He likes that game.
Really? They all point a finger at Cleoc. You want to play?
That's not quite the game I had in mind. That's not the freeze tag that I know.
Talon knows.
Cleoc, dodge.
Talon and I used to play that game. Only I was not good at it.
All right.
Very bad.
John, Cookie, I need you to roll, what is it? Is it con?
Sure. A con save? 10? Yeah, probably won't make it. Yes, James, I know.
I'm amused by all this.
You guys see Cookie start turning a bluish color and he, like, freezes in place. Freeze! They all yell at once.
See, I said I wasn't good at this, but it is fun.
You can't talk. You're frozen. Like, you're literally frozen.
My eyes go wide and I'm like... My eyes go wide, like, what'd you do to him?
Play freeze tag. We froze him.
Maybe normal tag would be better. Do you know what that is?
Sort of. I'm thinking that we may have a different idea of it than you.
That's probably a good assumption.
You do that, and a firebolt comes back at you right at the same time, Talon, and it's countered. And the kids start laughing. Too slow. Talon tried shooting a freeze at one of the kids, and they...
I would say wow, but I can't.
Roll another con save, Cookie. Just to see how long till you start thawing out. You're gonna be here a while.
Yep.
So, bird guy, what do you call tag?
Well, you see, I like to fancy myself as pretty fast. So, I'll be it.
One misty steps next to you. This fast? Poke.
This is going to be harder than I thought, I say under my breath.
They all start laughing when they see your face, like,
Anyway.
Are these kids higher level than us?
Who knows, but at this point, it's like...
Or one was an Eladrin, and, you know, elves get a cantrip to start with, and...
But my version of tag is that one player is it, and the other one are being chased by the player that's it. And if you get touched by the player that's it, you're caught, and you're out.
Okay.
And if I can catch you all in... Well, first off, we need to have some bounds about how far you can actually run away. Since, to be fair, I'm an outsider to the city and don't know my way around. So let's say...
Oh no.
So let's say this is 100 foot area. If I can catch you in 15 minutes, will you tell us where Liadrin is, or whatever her name is?
I don't know anyone by the name of Liadrin.
Let me pull it up.
Nelasser.
Nelasser.
Nelasser? Oh, you mean... Oh. They don't know. You know that. Ryu, I think are you the only one that know Elven?
I do know Elven. I just
Okay.
don't know how to pronounce it in...
It's okay. You may not have been using, you know, Imperial Elven either. You're able to understand them.
Yeah.
Saying basically like these guys don't know how to actually speak.
I say back, you might be surprised in Elven.
They look at you like wide-eyed. You sound like a groundling.
And I, you know, fly up in the air a little bit.
Ooh, these wings work. One of the little girl who first talked to you when you came over, Cookie, looks at you. You okay in there? You're staying frozen a long time. Do you need help? What was that? Were you saying yes?
He said he's fine.
I speak to Elven. He's just a... he
just
could use a little bit of assistance.
John.
Yes.
You feel something deep inside you, like a volcano has erupted and is just pouring full molten lava. The others of you see this little girl who's not very large at all, but her hair's like, it's almost like a fire red hair. She like floats in the air for a moment, and then like slams down, and the ice around Cookie like just bursts away in steam, and Cookie looks like his flesh is like cracked volcanic ground for a moment before subsiding back to normal.
Whoa.
And all the others like, oh, you were told you're not supposed to do that here.
Cookie takes a deep bow. Thank you. I've never felt like a volcano before.
I'm impressed to know what a volcano feels like to begin with.
You also took 10 points of fire damage.
Yes. These kids like pyrotechnics.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
No, don't.
It's too late.
I fly over and say, no, don't.
Okay.
I already cast Launch Surge on myself, man. I'm quicker than you right now. I've already removed with the round. I fired in the air.
At that, the kids just scatter, except for the one fired-haired girl who just cocks her head at you. And your gun starts floating out of your hands.
Ooh, she's talented. He didn't mean any harm.
The other four are just gone. They bolted full speed.
Do you
Yanovan,
like that trick?
she looks at it. I need you to roll a int save.
Those are rare.
Cool, I have advantage on those.
You have advantage on them.
Yo, Artificer.
On intelligence saves, you have advantage?
Yep.
Hmm.
Good thing.
You need
Good.
it.
Seriously?
Yanovan, you see some
Hey.
powder float out from your bag, go into the gun, along with one of the rounds. It then cocks and aims at you. And she tilts her head the other way.
She does need to pass a check to actually know how to use it.
And she smiles. She's like, should I pull the trigger?
I didn't fire at you. Nor did I load it.
You had it loaded when you stepped off.
Did you see a round go out of it?
No, you removed that right before you pulled the trigger.
Ah, so you're not playing fair.
I don't like fair. Fair is always dangerous. I much prefer winning. She nods her head and you fall on your butt. At that point you notice that it feels like someone's been cruising around inside your skull.
Interesting.
She knows exactly how to work your gun, buddy.
Huh. Well, do you know what happened to Nalasser? Or where she went?
Uh-huh.
Um, does she, do you happen to know about the contract her dad sent for an escort? We're just trying to help her.
Okay.
Can you tell us where to go?
Uh-uh.
Oh, can you tell us who can?
She can.
Oh, but you
Let me guess.
where she is? Can you lead us to her?
Let me guess. She told you not to tell anyone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How'd you know? Are you psychic?
Lucky yes. Because you see, I bet you're good friends with her, aren't you?
Uh-huh. She's nice. She's the only one who thinks my skills are cool.
The only one?
She's floating in midair, like kicking her feet like she's sitting on the side of something, even though she's not.
You need some better friends, 'cause your skills are cool.
So,
Man.
so I'm willing to bet that she probably doesn't like what her dad did. She wants to get away from that.
I don't know that she understands, I think, because it was very sad. Her mommy died of sickness.
Oh.
I was just a little girl when that happened. Like, I was born the same time her mommy died. I never met my mommy. She died then, too.
At the same time? For the same reason?
Uh-huh. I just know a lot of people died around that time from something.
Oh. That's sad. What are you typing in here?
So, you guys staying in town long?
No, we just came to see and help Nilasa, but I guess we can't help her.
You guys hear a voice from behind you in Elven, harshly speaking. Cleok, you understand it. You can
Okay.
hear it's addressed to the girl in front of you. We don't want any of that dark magic here. Cut it out. And all of a sudden she like falls on the ground and looks very sad. And like stands very up straight and like at attention with her head bowed sadly.
I turn and look at the voice, or where the voice came from.
You see it's a medium to older lady, and she walks off. Shaking your head and mumbling something.
Now, why would Nilasa not want anyone to know where she's going? I mean, she doesn't have any family around here.
No, not around here. But she's nice.
Well, yeah. Did she say
Yeah.
when she'd be back?
Sometime.
Hmm.
So can you tell us that if other people came looking for her besides us?
Nope.
Was that a no in that no she can't tell us, or no one showed up?
No one else. Is this a fun, perplexing instance for you all?
Is she in danger?
I don't think so. It would
You don't
make me
think so?
angry if she was. Her voice gets like deep and kind of echoey, and you see like flames like shoot out from her a little bit. Like the ground around her is now scorched a little.
Well, you're maybe her best friend around here? But she hasn't known you for very long, obviously. I've not seen elf children before.
That's weird. Where do you think elves come from?
Well, I mean, they just stay to themselves so often.
I thought they came out of trees.
Yeah,
That's a tree.
just like dwarves are rocks. They have nothing in their head. It's just all stone.
I chuckle.
No one.
Did my gun fall to the ground when she lost her black magic?
No, she had returned it to your bag right before that.
Well, guys.
So how about this? If we can't go to her, can she come to us?
We will pick up here next week and let you guys kind of strategize what sort of thing you want to do, because we have hit that time.
All right.
I hope you all have enjoyed it, and we'll pick up here next time and see what sort of dialogue you can have with this little elven lady.
Well, I was going to write her a note in Elvish to have her deliver it to her, to ask her to meet us someplace.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. Let's pick up there next week, and you can kind of come up with what you want to have in the letter.
Okay.